Welcome back, guys. In this video we're going to cover the very important topic of the difference between raster, vector and smart object and create a poster which will be ready to print. At the end of the video you will be able to say, hey, please send me a vector file instead of raster. I need a good quality of my logo. So let's start with the poster. First of all, we need to create a new document and let's give a name, modern poster. And I know that we need A3 paper size. I'm just gonna check it. A3 paper size. This is it, but I need it in pixels. So this is it. And we just copy that and set it as height. And this is the width. So this is the right orientation. And about resolution. By default, it will be set as 72 on 150. But in this case, if we want to print it, guys from the print shop say, please send me the file with a high resolution, 300, not 72, because 72 pixels is suitable just for the web. So, as a side note, 72 or 150 are for the web, and 300 resolution is for printing the file. So we set 300 pixels per inch. And about color mode, RGB color will be set as default. And in this case, we need a CMYK because print guys prefer this mode of colors. Here is the 8-bit, it's okay. And about background content, let it be just a little bit brighter than black. I think it's good. And we'll hit OK. And after that, we just hit create. So we see that interface and our background have very similar colors. And my suggestion here is change the color of interface. We can do that if we go to help, and here we just type interface, preference and interface. And here we can change the color of all interface, or we can change the color of just the canvas. Right over here, standard screen mode, we can set it as light gray. This is it. And we'll hit OK. So we have a document with this height and width and with 300 ppi. You know, actually many typographies or print shop have their requirements. Just ask them about it in case they might be needed. So here is our workspace. And now let's open the file with the guy, which will be placed on the poster. You will find the link below the video, or you can use your own. Hit open. And let's just cut him out of the background. I prefer using the object selection tool, so we just click on him, and we're just waiting. So the Photoshop AI did a good job. But I've got some areas that are not selected, and I'm gonna grab the quick selection tool and add or subtract some pixels. With holding Shift, we just add the part of this segue right into the selection. So here we need to subtract some areas with Alt. And after, I'm gonna open Select and Mask right over here on Select, Select and Mask to make it more voluminous and accurate. So let's just zoom in it. And let's just little bit shift edge on the left. And let's increase the smooth value. Just play around for that in your case. And after that, we just output it to the new layer. And we'll hit OK. And now we copy and paste it to the future poster. Command C or Control C and Command V or Control C. Let's make it bigger. If we press V and just drag this corner, we've got a guy. Let's place it right over here and make it just a little bit bigger. Okay. Now let's add some decorations. We need to create some shapes with different colors. I suggest to create 3 circles. We're going to create the first one with the ellipse tool. Let's just use this one and let's copy that 3 times. The first one, we place it over here, and let's place it over here behind the guy. So the guy must be here. Okay. And let's make such stuff. Let this circle has the same color as we've got, for instance, here. We can pick this main color with an eyedropper tool. Let's grab it and just pick this color. So this is the color, and this hash with a number is the code of exactly this color, better to say the color of the pixel. Every single pixel has color with its code. So let's just copy this color, Command C or Control C, and hit OK. Let's just grab this shape, for instance this one, and let's change this color with appearance. In properties we can change the fill. We can see the white color right now, FFF. Let's just insert our hash code over here and hit OK. And now we need more colors for that circle and that circle, which can go well with each other. And if you do not have time to study color theory, I suggest using this service. On the Canva website, at the very bottom, right over here, beneath Explore, you can find the color wheel. Click on it. Here we can insert the code of our color, and it shows a bunch of different decisions. With a complementary, you can find the best friend for your color, for your main color. But we need several colors, and we go down over here and select tetradic. Now we can choose any, and each of them can go well with the main color. So take this code, for instance this one, and we can paste it for instance for this circle. Now again, fill our color picker and just paste your hash over here. Hit OK. And the last one, we just grab this ellipse, go to the website, copy that color. Let's just use this one. And now we just insert our hash again for this ellipse. Hit OK. Before we start, foundational information about raster, vector, and smart objects, let me just show you one more tool. It's called Content Aware Tracing Tool. With it, we can change the shape of this circle. Let's just try to use it. We just click on this circle, on this path. Let's just a little bit zoom it. And we see now dots and handles, and we can change the shape of this. And if we click on this anchor, we can change the shape as we want. And if we drag these handles, we can move it like this. So let's just play around for that. And we can change this shape, this ellipse. Click on this path, and let's just make it more interesting than it was. Like that. And with that ellipse, with V, we can change the scale or move it. And with that tool, Content Aware Tracing Tool, we can change the sides, the tracing. Let's zoom out. And now it's more interesting than it was. So let's just make it bigger. And it's time to know about raster, vector, and smart objects. Commit. So if we zoom in on this guy, let's zoom in. We see this picture is pixelated, made of pixels. And this object that actually is vector graphics, we see this square, it means we have vector graphics, has actually smooth edge. It's because raster images made up of pixels. And vector graphics are formed by mathematical formulas. You can make any changes with this size, and every time Photoshop calculates that, like master wants to have an object with this size, I will show this size. I didn't use pixels for that. Let's make it bigger. Really bigger. Like that. And commit it. And again, zoom in. And we see that it's still keeping smooth. And now about Smart Object. So we've got rasterized image right here. This is the guy, and let's make it really small and hit commit. We see that this guy is more pixelated than was. Let's make it bigger again. Commit it. Oh, this is the bad quality. Let's undo our last actions. But what if we make this image as a smart object? Let's right click on it and convert to smart object. And now let's make it smaller. Hit commit. We just zoom in. We see it's okay. Let's make it bigger again. It's still okay. Now the main information. Originally, this smart object had this side. If we make it smaller, the smart object is very clever and still keeps the information about its initial size. That's why when we make it smaller and after we're gonna back to the original size and nothing changes. When we have raster image, it thinks like that. Let's just rasterize this image. Okay, now it's not smart object. Let's make it smaller. And as we remember, it lost the quality. It happens because raster graphics thinks just about pixels. It thinks like I'm a pixelated, I have to insert in these pixels around me. And that's why we have only pixels inserted and these pixels. It's like a collection of pixels. That is. And smart objects are still keeping as objects. They don't care about around pixels or background pixels. So this is the difference. Raster is just about pixels. Smart objects are objects. And vector graphics is mathematical formulas. So let's undo last actions. And as a side note, if you want to change your image, make it bigger, make it smaller, better to use smart objects. As a side note, if you want to change your image, make it bigger, make it smaller, better to use smart objects. I can make it smaller, I can make it bigger, and nothing changed. Now let's go back to the poster. We committed. Now we know that we need to create only vector graphics and use only big pictures with good quality or make it as smart objects. So it must be a poster and it will be printed. So keep it in your mind. And now let's add the frame for this poster. We can use our rectangle tool. We can make it like that. Or we can add rulers and create guidelines to work more comfortably. We need to go to the view. And here we need to click on rulers. Now we need to create here guidelines. We know that we have the width as 3508 and we go to the view, new guide, and we need position here. For instance, 200, okay. This is rule number 1. We need the next one. We go to the view again, new guide, and now we need to calculate it. 3508 minus 200 and we've got position as 3308 and hit OK. Now they are equal. New guide. Now we need horizontal and position again 200. Okay, and with this one the same 4961 at height, view, new guide, and 4961 minus 200. It's 4761 and hit OK. Now we've got rulers. We need them to insert the frame evenly. We just grab our rectangle tool and just make it really accurate. And our guidelines are helping us. So we don't need a fill. We just make it transparent. And we need to add a stroke as, for instance, 33. Let's move it on the background. And now we can delete our guidelines. Clear guidelines. Okay, let's just check it. Pretty good. Let's move this guy like this. And let's add the text. So we need to grab our type tool, make the square for the text. Our text must be white. Hit OK. So let's delete all the stuff. Command A and delete. And now let's type something like Segway training and commit it. You can change your font in the panel of options. Here, for instance, here. Let's set it as copyright plate and make it bigger and change the size 16. Let's align it in the center and hit commit. Now we can change the size of it and let's align it in the middle and hit commit. Let's add more information. Ctrl C or Command C and Command V or Ctrl V, and let's make it smaller and commit it. Type tool, click on that. Let's make it and change the text. Every day in Central Park. Let's make it smaller. Oh, double T. Type tool again and Central Park and commit it. So now we need to make this text as a smart objects. Convert to smart object and convert it smart to. And now our poster is ready. In the next lesson, we're gonna make a regular box branded. See you in the next video.